Ladies and gentlemen, the spring commencement exercises of Seaver College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences, Pepperdine University, are hereby opened.
Will you all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome you to the spring commencement of Seaver College, 1991. For many of you, this may be the first time on this campus. If so, we especially are pleased that you're here to have the opportunity to enjoy the Malibu campus in this magnificent setting. It's a treat to be here, a treat to have all of you here together. As we think of this as a commencement, the term commencement implies an ending and a beginning. In a very real sense, we're celebrating the completion of something highly significant for these graduates. We're also celebrating a commencement, a new phase that they will go through in their life. But in a very real sense, commencement is a transition, and life itself is a transition. This past academic year, we lost two very, very important people to Pepperdine University. Mrs. Helen Pepperdine, the wife of our founder, and also our beloved President Emeritus, Howard White, both passed from this world into another, and we have the promise of a better world this past year. So even though life is a transition, and even though we are in a transition period here, we are together today to build on the foundations that people like Mrs. Pepperdine and George Pepperdine and Howard White and so many others have built for us. So while we mourn their passing and we build on their foundations and move to another phase of development of Pepperdine University, we are pleased to celebrate the accomplishments of this class. It's an outstanding class, and we're especially pleased to have the family and friends, the faculty and staff together to enjoy this celebration. There's a group that I'd like to identify today and ask them to stand because 50 years ago, George Pepperdine himself granted to the class of 1941 their diplomas. And we have with us today, marching with us right up here in front, the class of 1941 that is celebrating its 50th reunion at this time. I'd like for the class of 41 to stand and for us to recognize them. Each year, a very important part of our ceremony is the opportunity to hear from one of our Seaver College students. There's a very intense competition for the student that will be selected to address on behalf of the class this august group. And today I am pleased to introduce Michael Weissett. Michael is completing a degree in communication with an emphasis in organizational communication. He's from Alta Loma, California, in the foothills of the San Bernardino County. He came to Pepperdine as a baseball recruit in 1987. Known to his friends as Mort, Michael has been a campus life kid for 4 years. He's been vice chairman of the Pepperdine Ambassadors Council, big brother for Zeta, Theta, and Delta sororities, president, Rush chairman, social chairman, and alumni chairman for SIGEP's fraternity, and a fanatical Waves basketball team supporter. Even though Michael was very involved in social activities, he was able to balance them with his academics, and he made the Dean's List in 1988-89. In September of 1991, Michael plans to open a restaurant called the Old Santa Fe Music Hall in Santa Fe, New Mexico. While in Santa Fe, he hopes to coach Little League Baseball and learn more about local and national politics by working for Pete Domenici. Someday, Michael would like to put this knowledge to use as a senator or representative to the U.S. Congress. Please welcome our student speaker this afternoon, Michael Weissett.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adrian, faculty, fellow graduates, family, and friends. Today I want to talk to you about dreams. Dreams. We've all had them. They're such an important part of life because they give us something to strive for, something to believe in, and when they materialize, something to be proud of. Dreams can be either shared or personal. I know one of the dreams that we all share is that of Martin Luther King Jr. He dreamed of a world where men were not only created equal, but treated as equals. Another dream that is shared is today. Some of us stepped foot on this campus 4, 5, 6, and maybe even 7 years ago. But nevertheless, the dream was the same, graduation. For us, the dream is now a reality. Today, as I said, I want to talk to you about a field of dreams. It's ironic that the graduation ceremony takes place on what was to be my field of dreams. I came here in 1987 to play baseball. I was recruited by Coach Gorey, and I was so excited to play baseball here. I even had aspirations of going on to play professional. Unfortunately, in November of that same year, I sustained a career-threatening arm injury, and in 1988, I blew out my knee. All hopes of playing baseball were completely gone. I remember coming home from the hospital. I was sitting on the bed talking with my mom. I kept asking her, I said, "Mom, what did I do that was so bad? Why is God punishing me? Why did he take that dream away from me?" I've always been told that whenever God closes a door, he always leaves another one open. And as Charles Dickens once wrote, "Reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has many, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some." That was a challenge I was faced with, to find a blessing in the tragedy of losing my baseball career. And I did. God made a trade. He traded the one dream I had of playing baseball for an entire field of dreams. Pepperdine University was that field of dreams. In the movie Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner plays a man who has all kinds of dreams, but he doesn't want to make the same mistake his father made. You see, his father had dreams too, but he never did anything about them. So Kevin Costner is determined to act upon his dreams. He wants to see shoeless Joe Jackson play baseball again. So he takes an ordinary cornfield, he cultivates it, he nurtures it, he cares for it, and most of all, he believes in it. And shoeless Joe Jackson plays again. The whole point of the movie is that we all have dreams. Some of you right now, my fellow graduates, you might be thinking to yourself, I want to play basketball overseas, or I want to pitch for the Dodgers. I want to get into politics and become a senator or representative. Someday I want to be a teacher or go on to even be a professor here at Pepperdine. Well, I challenge you to take those dreams, as Kevin Costner did. Cultivate them, nurture them, care for them, and most of all, believe in them and yourself. With the education we've received here at Pepperdine, the friends we've made, the experiences we've had, and our faith in Jesus Christ, there's no dream that's unattainable. We, the graduating class of 1991, would like to thank you, our parents, for giving us the field, Pepperdine University. We'd like to thank the faculty and staff for giving us the skills that are needed to cultivate the field. I'd like to thank our family and friends for showing us how to care for the field with love and understanding. And finally, we'd like to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for giving us the courage to believe in ourselves and our dreams. I'd like to close with a poem by Langston Hughes, and it's appropriately titled, Dreams. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life's a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams go, life's a barren field, frozen with snow. Fellow graduates, hold fast to your dreams. I thank you very much for giving me the honor of speaking here at graduation. God bless you, and remember, make the world your field of dreams.
We want to also take this opportunity to honor two outstanding citizens of our community. In fact, we'd like to always do this at each class and to make them honorary members of your class of 1991. Each graduation ceremony, we honor the people who have been nominated by different avenues, such as our faculty members, our deans, by a regent, or by the administration. And each of them are approved by our regents. The nomination for the people who we honor is based on service to the community, their contribution to society, the success in the field in which they work, the respect that they appreciate by their peers, their interest in education, and people that we feel will be good role models for you. The first person that we'll be honoring today was nominated by one of our regents and also by Dean Tegner. We are sorry that Dean Tegner is not here today to introduce the person who will be honoring, but I have asked Dr. Norval Young, a regent and Chancellor Emeritus, and Dr. Andrew Benton to escort to the podium the person who will be honoring. Thank you, Chancellor Young. Walter G. Danielson, because of your more than 50 years of work on behalf of America and your country, Sweden, and because of your service to the people of Los Angeles and to Southern California, and because of your longtime support of Pepperdine University, its mission and its efforts in the international community, it is my privilege, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Pepperdine University, to confer upon you the Doctor of Laws degree with all the rights, duties, and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Walter. Should I hold this for you if you come back?
Hold that. I'm lost for words. And for an attorney to be lost for words in a Swede, that's something very, very unusual. Chancellor Runnels and Chancellor Young, my sincere thanks for this very, very great honor that you have conferred upon me. Every honor is related to the quality and the importance of the grantor. And Pepperdine University is now among the very top of American universities and is going to be recognized internationally as one of the great. And where Pepperdine University, with that academic background, bestows an honor, that is an honor very, very different than the usual one that one can receive. I will cherish it. My thanks come from the bottom of my heart and from my mind. I will be very proud of it. I may say just a few words to the graduating class. As I sat here, I couldn't help but turn back the clock of my calendar year to 1929, when I was in exactly the same position of you people who are graduates. And I was anxious like you were to get that degree, to cross the threshold from academic life and into the threshold and into the future of opportunity, challenge, and accomplishment. I have been blessed in my life to have had these wonderful days and these wonderful years. And you also will be blessed, because as you go on the path of your life, you're going to carry two things which will help you. And one is the Pepperdine passport, and the other one is the Pepperdine key. The Pepperdine passport will open the doors to you of the future and the wonders of the world that is ahead of us. Because when I look back the years that I was there, I had to make a telephone call. You couldn't dial your own number. You had to get an operator. It took me an hour and a half to get my telephone call to my parents and go. And now what do we have now? I have an article here that there's going to be 77 different communication satellites that are going to be placed out there in outer space. And every person in the world is going to have a hand phone that he can call directly whoever he wants. And this is just the development of the short period of time since I graduated from my university. Just think how wonderful it's going to be when you get as old as I am. Yeah. The other thing is that, and it's because of your opening the door with this passport. And as you do open the door, you'll find other people that have the same interests in the preservation of our environment. You have reservationists. You have people that are going to say, don't waste, save, reactivate, recycle. A wonderful world ahead of you. But the other thing is, you have to live your own life. And the life that you live is going to depend on the quality of the key you have. And you're going to have the Pepperdine key to your life. Because the future is full of all most wonderful things. But there's a door that you have to open to get to it. And it takes a key to open the door. And every university has a different key, but the University of Pepperdine has an unusual key. And you'll open the door, you'll see the horizons. This is what I want. You go and you get it. When you get it, you're surprised, you're so pleased, you're so happy. And once you get one, you want to get for another. And so this is the world that is ahead of you who are all graduates. As you walk down the road of your life, I just hope that the good Lord will continue to give you good health. Bon voyage, and all the best in your future life.
It is my distinct privilege to introduce the Honorable Joyce L. Kennard, Associate Justice, Supreme Court of California. She is truly a remarkable woman. To rephrase Victor Borge, my admiration for her is so great that I think as much of her as I do of myself, but not as often.
Thank you kindly, Dean Phillips, for your gracious words of introduction. I am honored to be the keynote speaker on this joyous occasion of your graduation. It is always a pleasure to visit your beautiful campus, and it is particularly delightful to do so on this special day. In a recent column, Art Buchwald wrote that after many years of addressing graduating classes, he has learned the following: 99% of the graduating students will not recall what the speaker said. And 20 minutes after the ceremony is over, the graduates won't even remember who the speaker was. And as soon as the speech starts, the students look at their watches. Although that is disconcerting, the real disruption comes from those students without watches who keep asking those with watches what time it is. Buchwald then gave this advice to commencement speakers: talk fast and leave out as much substance as you can. That reminds me of an anecdote about Sir Winston Churchill. Towards the end of his life, the great British statesman was asked to deliver the commencement address at one of the famous universities in England. Very slowly, Churchill made it to the podium. When he finally arrived at the lectern, he looked at the crowd and said, "Never give up. Never, never, never." That was the beginning and the end of the speech. And although I'm tempted, I wouldn't dare follow Churchill's example of brevity, so my remarks to you will just be a wee bit longer. In the next few minutes, I'm going to touch upon, and I will ask you to think about some of the values that should guide you as you prepare or enter the world of your chosen profession. Your graduation marks a new milestone in your lives. You are graduating from a university that has a national reputation for excellence. But Pepperdine stresses more than academic excellence. What sets Pepperdine apart from other distinguished universities or colleges is its emphasis on the teaching and nurturing of moral and ethical responsibilities that are necessary for a life that is individually fulfilling and of service to the community. Since its founding in 1937, Pepperdine has remained steadfast in its commitment to instill in its students the drive to excel and exceed, tempered by notions of fair play and fair dealing. These are not new concepts. They are values that have withstood the test of time. The ethical and religious dimensions of human life are not incompatible with success. On the contrary, it is only by adhering to the highest standards of ethics and fair play that one can become truly successful. As George Pepperdine said in 1937 when he founded the college, "I am endowing this institution to help young men and women to prepare themselves for a life of usefulness in this competitive world and help them build a foundation of Christian character and faith which will survive the storms of life. And as you embark on your new careers, remember that you can best uphold the values for which Pepperdine stands by always dealing in an ethical and fair manner with your associates, your clients, your employers, or your employees. Follow these fundamental precepts which form the basis of Pepperdine's honorable tradition. That will bring greater rewards than any other path. And as you, our new graduate students, climb that long path to success, may you always be mindful of this proud tradition, and may you always be guided by your ideals. Someone once said that ideals are like stars. You cannot touch them, but just as the stars guide the seafarer, your ideals can guide you. And even though you cannot reach or touch, I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. Even though you cannot touch them, do reach for the stars. For as you reach for the stars of achievement, you will stretch yourself beyond your limits, and you will grow in your accomplishments to become the new leaders of tomorrow who will lead this community, this nation, into the 21st century with honor, courage, determination, and dignity. You are fortunate, not only because you are graduating from a respected university, but also because you live in a country that to me as an immigrant is the symbol of hope, freedom, and opportunity. Make the best of what America has to offer you. In my case, I have to thank America for the good fortune that I have enjoyed. America took me in as a refugee. It gave me an education. It gave me a chance to succeed. It taught me that the boundaries of achievement are set largely by the individual. I never felt that America owed me anything. To the contrary, I am indebted to this country simply for letting me in. Shortly after my arrival to this country almost 30 years ago, I heard these memorable words by President John F. Kennedy. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Ever since, I have tried to live by that motto. And as you spread your wings towards new heights of achievement, I hope that you too will live by that motto. God bless you and success to all of you.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree of Arts and of Sciences please stand? Provost Adrian, these students have completed the requirements for the baccalaureate degree at Seaver College as determined by the faculty of Seaver College, and I therefore recommend them to you at this time for the conferring of the degree. And now will the candidates step forward for the conferring of your degree. May Abu Ghalzali, Edgar Acosta, Mohsen Fadil Al-Abdul, Sarah Hamid, George Robert Allen IV, magna cum laude, Jill Suzanne Altig, Krista Marie Ames, Fatina Amir Salah, David Roger Anderson, Michelle L. Anika, Stephen Errol, cum laude, Robert Louis Ahrens, Andrew Marsh Arms, Robert Frederick Arnold II, Jamie Allen Arvisa, Ozra Kati Rifar, Mark Stephen Ashmore, Cruz Clarissa Avila, Brenda Jean Ball, Brett Richard Ballou, Elisa Barnes Petrie. Jennifer L. Barney, cum laude. Kevin Michael Bauer. Daniel George Bays. Alistair Gilchrist Beatty. Carrie L. Bean. Amy Elizabeth Bennett. Barbarella E. Bennett. Wendy Sue Bennett. Tad J. Benson, magna cum laude. Stacy R. Burnt. Kristen Lynn Berryman. Sean Patrick Blowers. John Edward Bodner. Michelle D. Bogdan. Charles McNaughton Booth. William Boston. Danny Brock. Katie Heil Brackney. Heather Jo Bradshaw. Nicolene Marta Brazel. Kimberly Dawn Brink. Brandy M. Brooks. Don Martin Brown. Beige Thornley Brown. Kenneth Glenn Brown. Paul Carter Brownlee. Isella May Boobin. David Miller Butler. Randy A. Carrillo. Patrick O. Cassidy. Roberto Antonio Castillo. Lloyd Christian Clark. Andrea Mariel Clemens, cum laude. Stephen Lawrence Clifford. Tiffany Crystal Cochran. Michael Coy Connolly. Kelly Ann Connors. Craig Cook. Andrew Brian Cooper, magna cum laude. Jason Kai Cooper. Nancy Corral. Jason Paul Covington. Vina Evian Kroom. Dorinda Dallas. Scott Armand Dante. Christian Huntington Davis. Kent A. Davis. Laura Christine Davis. Peter Odell Davis, magna cum laude. Christine Elaine Dawson. Carrie Marie Dakotas. Stephanie Rose Dean. Joseph Richard Deathridge. Saba Dale Aka. Brian Stewart Dick. Danielle Renee Gasper. Daniel R. Dill. Shoshana Javaheri. Noreen Dooner. Chandra Lynn DeFreem. Darlene Francis Dudley. Michelle Renee Duran. Devin Lynn Dutcher. Rachel A. Farr. Cindy Suzanne Ferrier. Kristen L. Fisher. Charles Timothy Fletcher. Christopher David Forrest. Cynthia Ann Fox. Robert James Frederick. Lisa Ann Fries, cum laude. Kimberly Don Fritz. Michelle Loretta Galindo. Sheila Garrity. Nadine Degassi. Diane Samantha Gibson. Mindy M. Gillahan. Brian Godinez, Oscar C. Gomez, Amy Christine Good, Jeffrey S. Jennings, Adrian Kathleen Holloway, Bradford A. Hooper, Christy R. Hopkins, Jeffrey Douglas Horton, Hillary Ann Hunter, Jesse Alexander Ignatovich, Jessica Light Jolliffe, Mona Michelle James, Christy Holtzbarger Yohanan, Susan Marie Janis, Angela D. Jarvis, Nancy May Ling Jeffries, Serena Page Jenkins, magna cum laude, Kristen Adele Jensen, Daniel Parker Jett, Christine Eileen Johnson, Bobby Allen Jones, Montel Dusain Jordan, Julia Barr Jocelyn, J. Allen Cantor, Kimberly D. Keaton, Catherine Virginia Keene, R. Blaine Kelly, Catherine Lynn Kelly, Jonathan P. Mack, Barbara L. McBride, Kristen Don McCary, cum laude, Kristen Lynn McCrane, James Francis McHugh, Jennifer Lauren McCurchin, Philip Andrew McElhenney, Marie Margaret McGarry, Jennifer Lynn McGuire, Alessandro Peter Mercurio III, Chiara Milati, cum laude, Brian Merrick, Levy Middlebrooks, Robert Franklin Miller, magna cum laude, Jeffrey Keith Milton, Belia Missler, Kyle Scott Moore, Michelle Marie Mosley, Elaine C. Marina, cum laude, Deirdre Murphy, George A. Murphy, Sherry Deanne Murrell, Yumi Narita, Teresa L. Nauta, cum laude, Thomas Michael Gorski, Rachel Ann Greer, Jeffrey Allen Grosso, Ivan Dolly Goulton, Inger Marie Gustafson, Christopher Hakeem, Dina Christine Hamby, Eric Kristen Hansen, Misha Hansen, Ty Thomas Hansen, Kimberly Dawn Harrington, Chad Andrew Harris, Michael Hartman, John Darrell Harvey, Pamela B. Hassman, cum laude, Jason Christopher Hawes, Claudine Marie Hosbone, Gail Hine, Charles Burton Heiss, Kurt William Herman, magna cum laude, Michael Dwight Hinton, Kaylin Elaine Hitt, Maisie Chiu Ha Ho, Edward Francis Hoffman, Lisa Renee Hoffman. Mohammed Farid Monandir. Valerie Marie Reardon. Coy Marie Risto, cum laude. Tony Otto Roberts. Andreas A. Rossler. Cesar Ruiz. Tanya K. Roop, cum laude. April Lorraine Sadler. Robin L. Sadler. Samira Hamli Salem. Karen San. Robert F. Sonbach. David Allen Sartain. Daniel. Claudia A. Sartarana. Ray S. Saya. Mia Yvette Scharf. Ulrika Schneider. Ted Swartz. Shirley Jane T.C., cum laude. Stella Shin. Randolph Jocelyn Still, cum laude. Ray Anthony Slagill. Gregory Eugene Smith. Jonathan Michael Smith. Rebecca Lynn Smith. Wayne A. Smith. Sarah Jane Kelly. Stephen J. Kenton. Carrie Rochelle Kerbajian. James H. Kim. Laundry Howlett Kimbrough. Brian Nelson Butler King. Sunny Virginia Knowles. Thomas Howard Knutson, cum laude. Howard Thomas Kohler. Shelley A. Lampy, magna cum laude. Michelle Ray Landon. Charles David Lawrence. Kwong. Clay Leeds. Julie Ireta Lieberman. Kimberly Rebecca Logan. Paula Dean Lucas. Grace Mahadumro Kul. Omer Malaz. Rex Harrison Manu. Leticia Morero. Natasha Carolee Marvin. Cynthia L. Massey. Heather McBurney. Melissa Marie McCurler. Meredith McArdle. Rebecca Jane Workman. Pamela S. Wanta. Benjamin Alexander Wall. Jeffrey O. Wallen. Jennifer Lynn Walters. Mark D. Weirden, cum laude. Catherine Denise White, magna cum laude.
Michael F. Weisup, our 1991 student commencement speaker. Al Sharif Sakir Zainalabdin.
Augusto Jose Zarate. Laurie Renee Andrews. Jocelyn R. Winder, magna cum laude. Natalie Beth Ano. Lenny D. Acero. Mary J. Avalar. Noel Barackman. Kimberly Ann Bell, magna cum laude. Janine Michelle Newman. Susan Danielle Nicholas. John Mark Niederman. Catherine Aiko Eileen Noy. Scott Key No. Janet Christine Ogletree, magna cum laude. Heidi L. Olson, cum laude. James Kenneth Onstott. Lorraine D. Palmer. Hay Jin Park. Kristen McCarthy Paul. Cynthia Ann Pozick. Diane Elizabeth Pennington. Stacy Elaine Perkins, magna cum laude and cum laude. Kirsten E. Peterson. Merritt Denise Perry. Kristen Ann Peterson, cum laude. James Lincoln Fayen. Patrick Scott Plano, cum laude. Aaron Alexis Ribeling. Natalie Diane Powell, cum laude. Paul Edwin Roming, cum laude. Paul Taylor Wilkes. Jody Lee Richardson. Carlo Hubert Leon Ponte. Christine Lee Reeder. Michael James Frew. Julie Ann Geiser. Kevin Lee Gibney, cum laude. Irwan Gosaki. Johnny Gozali. Susan Lynn Granger. Sonia Gurgiano. Patrick Scott Hayes. Charles Milton Hurst. Leah Gale Hopkins. Catherine B. Hudson. Michelle Miyuki Inama. Denise C. Jew. Ramadi Joseph. Hendra Joano. Jeffrey Michael Johnson, summa cum laude. Supat Jutanod. Denise Juve. Jill Ellen Keenan. Leah Kelly. Chris Kim. Philip Kerr. John Stephen Keplech, cum laude. Edward Anja Kojane. Troy William Labnow. Kenneth Kent Lamb. David Eric Squires. Christine Ray Stanson. Leanne Rochelle Stark. Shelby Lynn Stenerson, magna cum laude. Jean Ann Stevens. Carla M. Stuyvesant. Gina Lynn Stoley. Corina Eileen Stolp. Blaine Gordon Stewart. Viras Suthakumpanit. Yuka Takahashi. Scott Green Talcott. Marisa J. Tanner. Deanne Malia Tegmeyer, Connie Jo Bryant Tyler, Leslie Elizabeth Tice, Jeffrey A. Todd, Sego Tono, Melanie Victoria Torrey, Douglas W. Thompson, Jennifer Lee Urbanski, Jamie Jacqueline Utes, summa cum laude, Lorenzo Valloni, James Antonio Vastano, Joe Velasquez, April Vicker, Geraldine Ann Reed, Stephen M. Richardson, Daniel Antonio Rios, Thomas Douglas Robertson, Timothy Stewart Robertson, Timothy Michael Rosner, Robert Mathis Ellison Rowe, John Rudolph Romero, Pratik Sadgal, Tamara Ann Salinger, Imud Abdullah Saudi, Raymond Siegfried Sowal, Eric Christian Seeley, Carlton Key Young, Holt C, Jenny Setawan, Lydia Setawan, John H. Chips, Khalid Fahi Shodi, Bradley Henry Sinclair, Bradley Harold Staley, Derek Thor Standifer, Kirsten Michelle Sutter, Carrie Ann Taylor, Don Erica Taylor, Raymond Michael Toffolo, Cynthia Ann Tucker, Michelle Joy Birdsall, Clark Theodore Blair, Patrick Judson Blanchford, Stephen Brian Boyer, Amy Jo Brown, Amy Diane Cavender, Randall Lee Clark, summa cum laude, Lisa Diane Colombano, Carrie Louise Cressell, Shay Ann Crowfoot, Christopher Paul Damia, Tina Marie DeLucia, Brent Deal, Dean Douglas Dirks, Danielle Marion Dixon, Gregory James Duff, magna cum laude, Dean R. Ellis, Jody Lynn Engen, Ronald Stephen Englert, Eric Matthew Tobias Ehrenstoff, Mark Fitzgerald, magna cum laude, Amy Suzanne Fletcher, Philippe Francois, Diane Lynn Frank, Anna Brunstrom, summa cum laude, Gregory Scott Lamastus, Wilbert Carl Larm, Cameron Clark Leonard, Andrew Lynn, Ferdinand U. Ludo, Carrie Ann Lusk. Denise R. Mallison. Jill Elaine Lacey Mitchell. Jocelyn Elizabeth McKenzie, cum laude. Ann Lynn McCullough. Eric Carney Meltvelt. Francis W. Mickley, cum laude. Jane K. Mohan. Alexis Moore Jones. Bradley Glenn Payne. Michael Emmett Murphy. Dora J. Nash. Elaine Suzanne Nelson. Catherine M. Nickel. Maki Ozeki. Kenneth J. Ozinger Jr. Michelle Eleanor Parrish. Harvey M. Payne III, magna cum laude. Eric Donald Penn. Mark W. Quant. Sarah Lynn Raymond. Imelda Vondivia. Bradley John Vandervoort, magna cum laude. David Maurice Bergen, magna cum laude. Joanne Lynn Vieira. Daniel C. Voss. John Edward Wallen. Michelle Dawn Welch, magna cum laude. Jill Dean Whitney. E. Pete Whitkoff. Lei Ping Wong. Michael Robert Zanoni. Have a drink, you deserve it. And now if our new bachelor's degree group will sit down, we'll ask those candidates for the Master of Arts degree to stand, please. Provost Adrian, these candidates have completed the requirements for the Master of Arts degree from Seaver College as determined by the faculty of Seaver College, and I commit them to you now for the degree of Master of Arts.
Thank you, Dr. Dean Wilson. By the authority vested in me by the President and by the Board of Regents, and on your recommendation and the recommendation of the faculty of Seaver College, I confer upon these candidates the appropriate master's degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Now will the candidates step forward? Suzanne Bergfolk. Gary Robert Emmons. Elsie E. Iyer. Everett L. Iyer. Arlo Benton Kent. Kevin Roy Kragenbrink. Stanley Ross Mitchell. Ethel Nuzi Mozia. Richard G. Neese. Joe Stewart. Larry O. Sullivan. Paul B. Sumner. Mary Ann Warren.
But it's my pleasure now to recognize two individuals, the salutatorian and valedictorian of this very fine class, and ask them to be recognized and come forward to receive the appropriate medal. These two individuals are individuals who attained the highest grade point average of the entire class. The salutatorian is an accounting and business major with a 3.92 grade point average, Jeffrey Michael Johnson. During his 4 years at Seaver College, he has shined both as a student and as an athlete. When he was not earning A's in the classroom, he was playing outfield for the Waves varsity baseball team. His distinguished academic record has earned for Jeffrey numerous honors and awards. And now the valedictorian is a computer science and math major with a 3.93 overall grade point average and a perfect 4.0 in the major field, graduating summa cum laude, the daughter of Ola and Karen Brunström of Karlstad, Sweden, valedictorian Anna Brunström. Anna? I should also tell you that Anna also is a student athlete. While at Seaver College, Anna was a member of the Alpha Chi National Honor Society. Also athletically, she's been an instrumental part of the university's nationally ranked women's tennis program for the past 4 years. During her tenure with the team, the Waves compiled a cumulative dual match record of 77-26, won 3 West Coast Conference championships, and advanced to the NCAA tournament 3 times, advancing to the quarterfinal round the past 2 years. This year's team is currently 22-4 in dual match play and ranked number 6 nationally, and Anna is literally presently competing in the West Coast Conference tournament, which is going on right now at the tennis courts located behind the left field fence. Anna won the 1990 conference doubles championship with teammate Camilla Orman and was chosen the university's Scholar Athlete of the Year in 1989. Anna will be attending William and Mary College this fall and has accepted a graduate scholarship in computer science, valedictorian Anna Brunström.
This year's distinguished alumnus, and I'd like to ask him to come and stand up here in just a moment, Dr. William N. Stivers. Dr. Stivers. Dr. Stivers' association with Pepperdine spans more than 50 years. During that time, he has been a visible and a vital proponent of the university's ideals of service and excellence, both in the classroom and out of the classroom. He graduated from Pepperdine College with a bachelor's degree in foreign languages in 1941. After service in the U.S. Army Medical Corps during World War II, he taught Spanish at his alma mater. He earned a master's degree from USC in 1948. In 1952, Dr. Stivers became the chief deputy to the Los Angeles County Supervisor, Kenneth Hahn, who is a fellow Pepperdine alumnus. He worked for this influential man until 1962, when he went to the Universidad Central de Quito, Ecuador, to complete his doctorate. Then he returned to Pepperdine, and since then has held a series of teaching and administrative posts. He's currently a much beloved professor of foreign languages. Dr. Stivers has combined his deep religious faith and his foreign language ability to help the poor, particularly the children of Mexico. He offers Spanish classes to the Malibu community in order to raise money for food and medicine for needy children. These classes are sponsored by the university and by the Malibu Church of Christ, of which Dr. Stivers has been an elder since 1974. He's also authored and co-authored several textbooks on foreign language study. He's married to a Pepperdine alumna, Frances Novak Stivers. They're residents of Malibu. They've had 3 children, including Christopher, who's also a Pepperdine alumnus and director of the university's Information Center, and I believe is our organist today. Bill Stivers has had a distinguished career, but his most enduring quality is his heart for the poor. This is a man that I truly admire, and I'm so happy to have the opportunity to say something about him now.
This award is very appropriately bestowed upon Bill Stivers. The Stivers family has been almost a tradition, perhaps a tradition, giving us a great legacy here at Pepperdine University.
Congratulations.
I am reminded of what was said of Dr. Elton Trueblood. Elton Trueblood was a prolific Christian author, still alive, still writing. But someone paid tribute to him by saying, "He kindled many fires and left them burning." And our hope and our prayer for you is that while you've been here at Pepperdine University at Seaver College, that fires within you have been kindled, and that as you leave here, they will leave here burning in your heart. May God bless each one of you.
My Field of Dreams. Hold on. Let's take a Field of Dreams picture.
Barry.
Hey, Sarah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm taking my shoes off so don't get my feet. I know you won't. But... How do I get close up? Press the little button. Bye.
That's the last one. Bye-bye. Is it?
You mean you don't want to Get back the camera.
No, I'm not Hawaiian.
All right.
Hey guys.
Hi.
This is for everybody who couldn't make it here, so thanks guys.
All right.
I'll see you.
Congratulations. Hi, Social. Hi, Gordo.
Oh, my sister, I love you. I'm sorry you couldn't make it. And I love your little boy.
Bye. Bye.
What do you have to suffer? Been gone, when is gone?
The whole family.
Me.
Okay, who's the graduate? I'm your mama. Look at all of you. The graduate. How about a wave?
Oh, thanks.
There we go. And now how about a big family wave again? Okay, we wave. I got food in my teeth. Great. A little bit. Just get in.
All right.
Woo! Here we go. Everybody wave.
Hip hooray!
Hip hooray!
Oh, hell. That's the old-fashioned way. The new guy is your lead. Oh no!
Just show Pepperdine video. You already did.
Oh yeah. Awas bang, belakangmu.
Where's the diploma? Got a big one. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Is it me?
Yeah, over here. You like the moving camera better.
Great, thank you.
We're going to take one class. My class
Okay, you gotta go? Fine. That one saved you?
It'll save me.
It was like human animal.
I just need the name of it, and then I need you to come to April to prove to me that I was in it.
I will. I have it on my transcript.
Okay, bye.
This way, please. This way, please.
Can you take the picture?
Right in it, Wendy.
Somebody probably walked off with it.
Right.
Here, if I ever be in this. Fortunately, somehow they got us all together.
My face here.
Great.
Loved it.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no. Kim? Yeah, oh no. Gotta stay there. Stay there for a minute. Kim, how about a wave? Yay, I'm done. Yay! Yay, that's Pepperdine. That's Pepperdine. Hello, fais-moi là.
We have trade.
Okay. All right. Look at that one. Pepperdine one. Did you see Annie and Todd?
Yeah. I think you're right. One by one if we left, we'd know who she was. Yeah, good Cameron.
Woo! Youngest graduate ever.
The young graduate.
Smile.
There's right over there.
All right.
All right, George. That's me.
Okay. All right.
That's it. There.
Go Waves!
Got it?
Yeah!
Hey, guys, right here.
I swear I spent the whole 80,000. I did.